What is going on? How's everybody doing? Just checking on the latest news here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Let me turn this down just a bit. Welcome to the eSIM Studios live stream on this Saturday, November 15th, 2025. My goodness, time is flying, isn't it? Seems like I just checked the calendar the other day and it was like November the 3rd and we're already at the 15th. So check this out. So YouTube has a new feature. I'm live streaming in vertical and, well, I take that back. StreamYard has a new feature. So I'm streaming simultaneously in vertical mode and as well as horizontal mode. So if you clicked on the wrong line, if you prefer horizontal, like you're watching a movie, here's what you do. Click on my icon. So if you see my icon with the round neon circle, simply click on that and then go over to live section, and then you'll see two live streams right there. Right? So one is vertical and one is horizontal. And before we get to the OnePlus 15, what StreamYard is doing to take you behind the curtains a little bit, on YouTube is pushing verticals like crazy. Now, I have YouTube friends that have been content creators for a couple of years. They did verticals basically. Content creators hate doing verticals, and for one thing, it's not really user friendly. Commenting in the chat, you really can't see all the chat. And here's the other thing: if you turn the screen off, if you have YouTube Premium, you can listen to the live stream with the screen off. If you're on vertical, when you turn that screen off, the stream stops. So I like horizontal because you can actually turn the screen off and still listen to the live stream. Well, YouTube has been pushing vertical for about a year, and some of my content creator friends that started doing verticals are getting tons and tons and tons of new subscribers. So StreamYard put out a new feature where they'll do a live stream. They'll do vertical and horizontal at the same time. So you can get it. Basically is better for the viewer in your shoes. You can pick and choose what live you want to watch. If you like it better in vertical, hey, you can watch it in vertical, or if you want to watch it horizontal like you're used to watching, you can do that as well. And you can flip between the two. Here's the only downside, and I think StreamYard is probably going to need to find a way to fix this. If you're in the vertical, the chat is separated. So if you're watching it in vertical and you comment, yeah, I'm still getting the OnePlus 15, you can't see that comment in the horizontal. See what I'm saying? It's like the chats are separated. So it's because they're actually two separate streams. They're just streaming simultaneously, if that makes sense. But that's what we're doing right now. I wanted to get into this OnePlus 15, right? I wanted to get in this, and I wanted your opinion, the viewer. I wanted your opinion because I want to know, is it just me out here? But I'm not, well, I guess I am. I'm having maybe second thoughts about getting this device. Now, I think I'm still going to get it, but just in the last day, look, if we go back in time, maybe like a week or so, I was like, I am dead set on getting this no matter what. And then launch day rolls around, what was it, Thursday, expecting to order it, and then I find out you can't. Well, I mean, and we'll get to it. You can order one right now if you want to, and I'll show you a good way to find one at a discounted price. But it turns out the official launch in the United States is non-existent, right? They have yet to get FCC certification, so they cannot sell it in the United States. Again, I'll show you how to get one, and actually a really good deal here coming up shortly. So that was a bummer. And then as I started watching some of these reviews, they gave reviewers on YouTube, the bigger channels, review units. And now I'm like, damn, I knew the cameras were going to be as we got closer to launch, I knew the cameras were going to be like a step back, so to speak. But came across a really good article that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you here in just a second, that depicts the two different sensors, the two different phones, and what the camera system is capable of. Because remember, this new OnePlus 15, they dropped Hasselblad partnership, so that is no more, and they're doing their what is it called, Detail Plus engine, right? Which is essentially an in-house photography modification post-processing, right? And it'll get better with time, right? It may not be the best right now, but as the OnePlus developers get used to, like everything, it gets better with time. So, but that's in the future. I'm talking about right now. Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get one when it becomes available? Are you gonna order one possibly today for like half the price? I'll show you how to do that. Let's see what y'all are saying. What is going on, man? It's good to see you. Hey, did everybody that's in the chat, did everybody get your mouses, your everything I sent off this last week? I think everybody should, because I don't think I sent anything out of the country. So most everybody should get. Oh, and if we have enough people in here, do y'all want to do another giveaway? I have one more mouse. Let me check and see. You got it? Sweet. Y'all want to do another giveaway? Because I have more items to give away. Hey, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. Yeah, and we were talking behind the scenes on some other options to buy if you want to get if you want to get a Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 CPU. And we'll get into that too. It's not gonna be a long live stream, probably about 20 minutes. We'll get into it. Let me check and see if I get. Let me check and see if I have another mouse. I think I do. I received my mouse. Thank you very much. It depends on what's important to you. If cameras aren't so important to you, then I would maybe look elsewhere. But the phone is definitely worth it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Let me see if I have another mouse. Yeah, so I got one more. Let's see here. So if you want to do a giveaway, we can do that. Pink again. It's wireless and wired. If you win it, you can sell it. I don't care. It's up to you. So we'll do a giveaway here in just a second. But let's get into some of the specs, right? So, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing all right. Should I upgrade it to S26 Ultra if I have the 1TB S24 Ultra? That's a good question. So, what are you gonna get new on the S26 Ultra now? You did not upgrade, I'm assuming, to the S25 Ultra, which they removed Bluetooth from the S Pen. That's a big deal. I mean, to me it is. I used mine a lot, and I'm sure y'all do too. So Samsung is, from what I hear, moving back to a Bluetooth S Pen, right? For the S26 Ultra. And you're gonna get one upgraded camera. The fourth camera, I think, is going to be upgraded to I can't remember, but you're getting one upgrade. Battery, you're going to get slightly large, not drastically larger battery, but slightly larger, maybe 5,200 milliamp per hour battery. You're getting faster charging, right? And then you're getting the new design, and you're also going to get the new M14 OLED panel. If you have the S24 Ultra, you have the same OLED panel that's on the S25 Ultra, the M13 OLED panel. So they are going to upgrade a few things here or there. I don't know. Now, they are going to raise the price as well. So you will see, especially for that 1TB model. Well, you said you had a 1TB S24 Ultra. I'm sorry. The trade-in deals, here's the thing that you have to consider. If you don't upgrade, Samsung does throw out decent upgrade offers. And if you wait another year, it's just going to reduce that trade-in offer that you have for your S24 Ultra by probably $200, something like that. So you might want to upgrade just to stay in the upgrade cycle where you can, get a good trade-in for your S24 Ultra, because Samsung actually will give you more for your trade-in typically than what you can sell it for on the aftermarket. So me personally, I would say yes, but everybody's different. And look, your S24 Ultra is still going to be supported for software updates for what? Let's see, run one for another like 5 years. So technically, you don't really have to. If you love it, hey, then no need to. Or you might. How long is their upgrade schedule? Upgrade window. It was about 2 weeks. You could always do it, try it out for a couple weeks, and then right up until you're going to trade in the S24 Ultra, and then you have 2 weeks to send it to Samsung. Feel out the S26 Ultra, and then right before you have to ship it in, you can make your decision then. Do I want to keep it, or should I go ahead and ship in my trade-in? It's up to you. Let's see here. So let me pull up some of the specs. Here is, and you might want to go to, I know some of this, I went to watch a replay of mine, and some of this is kind of small. I know it's kind of hard to see. If you increase your resolution on the stream, so if you're watching this on Android, if you go to the gear icon in the top right, you go to quality, and then you go down to advanced, and then choose the highest quality, which is 1080p. Should be able to see these a little better. We're not going to run through every spec, but here's what you get with a OnePlus 15. We've been through it a couple of times already. You get the new upgraded battery. You do get the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. You get Android 16, Oxygen OS 16, and what else do you get? UFS storage 4.1, blah, 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 IP69K, dust and water resistant. Now that K is basically added on there. So remember the OnePlus 13 you can throw in the dishwasher? You've seen those videos. You can throw it in your washing machine and it'll survive that. Well, that's the 6.9. 6.9K means you can blast it with like 80 psi water pressure at over 120 degrees Fahrenheit for like 30 minutes and it still would survive that. So they're just increasing it ever so slightly, the dust and water resistance, and you're getting a triple 50 megapixel sensors on the back, Wi-Fi 7, all that good stuff. One cool thing about OnePlus is that OnePlus or nothing? No, I think it's OnePlus, where they allow, I think it's both. They allow a little bit of compatibility with iOS. Now, I just don't troll me. I have a good reason for this. I just got one of these. Yeah. I know. I'm not making the switch to Apple. I'm doing it because I'm developing more applications, and I need a MacBook to develop on Xcode, which is there, and they use Swift UI. So I'm trying to learn developing apps on a MacBook. So it is what it is. I'm not making the switch, I promise. I've never used a MacBook before ever, and it's pretty. I mean, some things are similar to Windows, but some things are different. I just got it the other day, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So I do everything on my own. I don't take classes or courses. I'm just learning it on my own. So, and the Just Jamaica app is available on the app stores. Shameless plug. If you're ever going to Jamaica, download the Just Jamaica app. Okay, so let's look into, I want to show you this camera comparison. So check this out. Look at this. Look at this camera comparison. So I put this link in the video description of this website. This is probably, I've done a bunch of searching, a bunch of homework in regards to this OnePlus 15. This is probably the best review and or comparison, because you can sit there and stare at a photo for 2 hours if you want to. Because, on some of these YouTube videos, some are hard to view, quite honestly, or see the difference. This is really good. So I put a link in the video description to this website. Check this out. So let me pull this up on the screen. So it is a phone arena, the OnePlus 15 versus OnePlus 13 camera comparison. And this is really cool because they include a slider on here, and you can slide between the different photos and see and actually compare the two. Okay. So look at this. So here you actually technically have downgraded sensors on the OnePlus 15. Now, why would OnePlus downgrade the sensors? Why would they do that? Well, nobody knows, right? Nobody's blatantly asked OnePlus and or the CEO or the chief or the product manager, why did you put lesser spec cameras on your newest device? Nobody knows, but it always comes down to money. Always comes down to money. So I think they give you a bunch of beef, a bunch of muscle in some areas. But look, they're not trying to get past the 1,000 price point. Remember when OnePlus first came out? They were the flagship killer. You get a flagship phone for basically less, right? I think it came down to money. I think, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. They just had a price point and they couldn't go over it, and that's what it came down to. But check this out. So you get sliders here. So when I slide it to the right, you can see you're viewing the OnePlus 15 shot right here that you're looking at. When you slide it to the left, you get the OnePlus 13 camera shot, and they have about 20 photos. Now, we're not going to go through every single one, but I just wanted to give you, each and every person watching and or viewing this, a good comparison, because I think this is better than a video comparison, because you can actually slide through, and I'm looking at my stream right now, what y'all are seeing, and you can tell the OnePlus 13 gets better shots. It's just plain and simple. The OnePlus 13 takes better photos than the OnePlus 15. And it shows it right there, where you see that little action figure or whatever that is right there. When I pull it to the right and it shows the OnePlus 15 on the left, that action figure is kind of blurrier, right? And you slide it over to the right and you see the OnePlus 13 view and it looks clear. Look at that. Amazing. Now check this out. So here's another shot. Same thing. Let's go over the action figure or look at something else in the background. Now, not every single shot does the OnePlus 13 blow it away, but in a majority of shots, it looks a little better. Now, if you watch, so one of my favorite YouTubers, and I don't have any contact with him, I just enjoy their content. It's a female. Her name is Tao. Have any of y'all seen her? Thao. I think she's Vietnamese and lives in Canada. She has one of the best and I'll link that when this is done. She has one of the best reviews on the OnePlus 15. She says it has a decent camera, but it's consistently inconsistent, if that makes sense. Meaning, like, and if you watch the video, you'll see what I'm saying. Meaning, every now and then you'll get a good shot, but every now and then you'll get a shot where you're like, what the hell is this? Where it's blurry, colors don't come out good, it looks washed out, bunch of noise. But then 5 shots later, you'll get a picture that wows you, right? It's kind of like, what the hell? And that's the big selling point for Google and Pixel, is that it's consistently consistent. Meaning, like, I'm shocked whenever I take a bad photo on my Pixel. I'm shocked, right? Every photo is a wow photo. And that's why it's on top of the camera game, at least here in the US, right? Samsung, it's consistently average. My S25 Ultra is consistently average, right? I wish Samsung would focus on battery life. Not that I have bad battery life, but I want better battery on my S25 Ultra. Well, I guess upcoming S26 Ultra. I want better battery life, and I want better photos and or videos. Videos are actually really good on the Samsung. It's just the photos aren't that great. On Pixel, photos are badass, but videos, sometimes you get good videos. So it's like, it's always a trade-off. It's always a trade-off. It sucks. We're 2025 going into 2026, and we can't just get an all-round badass phone, right? There's no such thing as a perfect phone, and this is a perfect example, right? Now this is just the cameras. Now look at this outside shot. Again, you're looking at the OnePlus 15 shot right now. And that's the OnePlus 13. OnePlus 15, OnePlus 13, OnePlus 15, OnePlus 13. Let's look at this one. That's the OnePlus 15, OnePlus 13, 15, 13. 13 seems more detailed. The 15 looks like it definitely has more noise in these photos, right? Now look at the selfie camera, right? This guy, I think he owns, I know he's got a YouTube channel, but I think he owns or is a part owner in this Phone Arena website. Now, even the selfie camera makes a difference. I believe the selfie camera on the OnePlus 13 looks better, but here's the OnePlus 15 from the selfie camera with this guy. There's the OnePlus 13. 15. The front may look, I will hear a case for either one. I could hear a case on the selfie camera saying, no, the OnePlus 15 selfie looks better. Or I could hear you and say, nah, the OnePlus 13 selfie looks better. I think it's pretty close on the selfies. Now, they do look different, but the detail is still there. I just think on the back cameras right here, that's not even close in my opinion. Like some of these photos right here, it's not even close, right? Like with the stick figure and the cartoon thing, like it's night and day, right? But the selfie camera, I'll hear you out saying, and there's a good shot split right down the middle, right down the face, right? It looks like to me there's a little more detail on the 13. It's the same, I think it's the same sensor on the front. I know they changed sensors on the back. Let's see. Do we have, see, all it says for the selfie is a 32 megapixel. So we don't really know the actual model number of that sensor, right? Yes, great question. Is it true the S26 Ultra is going to have that software privacy screen? Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. That is a 100% fact. Samsung has patented it, and it is a go for the S26 Ultra. So if you're, sorry to cut in between of this OnePlus 13, I'll have to edit this part out, but I did not want to forget this. Thank you for bringing this up. Yes, and that's probably going to be its major feature. So Samsung introduced the anti-reflective displays, at least to cell phones, right? And now they're going to introduce a privacy screen feature that will be an option in the settings. So this new M14 OLED panel and the digitizer that they put on top of it, the glass, is going to have a feature where it's going to be like a privacy screen, where only if you're looking at the phone straight on, you'll be able to see it crystal clear 4K. But if you move to the side and try to look at it, it'll blur it out. Move to the side and try to look at it, it'll blur it out. It's just like having one of those privacy screen protectors on your phone. That's going to be built into the S26 Ultra. Now, it's only on the Ultra. It's not going to be on the Plus, not going to be on the base model, not going to be on the Edge. Only on the Ultra. And it'll be an option in the settings. So you can activate it if you're on a subway, activate it if you're on a bus, if you're on an airplane, in the airport, or sitting next to your wife, wink, wink. Or you can deactivate it and it'll be like normal. So that's a badass feature. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, that is true. It will be on there. Now look at this. That's the 13. That's the 15. That's the 13. That's the 15. You can go through these again. There's tons of photos. So I'm going to link, actually this is already linked in the video description. So you can be the judge. I want to just try to not necessarily educate, but make sure everybody that's viewing this, that may, even if you're not considering getting the OnePlus 15 right now or tomorrow or next week, maybe in a year. Right now, we'll probably have to come back and revisit this because it'll have a whole year of software updates and them kind of fine-tuning the camera app. But maybe in a month or two, right? You may be thinking about getting this. Just wanted to make sure everybody's aware. Plus, we don't know when they're going to get FCC certification. Could be next week. Could be next month. So there's word that the OnePlus 15 global version just got its first software update yesterday. So there is a new software update. It's probably the November security patch. Here's another photo. Now look at this. This looks really bad. So the OnePlus 15 right there, dude with his hand in his pocket. Now watch, that's the OnePlus 15. I'm not sure if you can see it pretty clear, but it looks washed out. Like, I'm like, God dang, OnePlus 15 took that. Now look at this, 13. Maybe a little harder to see, and again, it's indoors, so you don't get the natural light. But the OnePlus 15, Jesus Christ, that's bad. Colors look bad. Look, it doesn't look like it has much color. Skin tone, the 5 o'clock shadow he's got on his cheeks and his chin look like they are mixed into the skin. Like it just doesn't. There's not much contrast. Just doesn't look good, right? Let's face it, just does not look good. Here's a good outdoor picture. OnePlus 15, OnePlus 13, 15, 13, 15, 13. So, night shots, and then we'll move on to where you can buy one of these, right? And I want to talk about the CPU real quick before we get out of here. That's the OnePlus 15, OnePlus 13. You can see there's more detail with the 13. That's the 15. Now look at the main building, right in the middle, right where those two trees are. Look right in the middle there. That's the OnePlus 15. Now watch. 13. It's just more detail, right? There's just more detail images. Now, this is... So when I first got the OnePlus 13, when I pre-ordered that last year and got it in, I was very disappointed in the cameras. Made a couple of videos about it. I thought the OnePlus 12 had a better camera system than the OnePlus 13. And that's a fact. I went back and compared photos and videos. Now, if that's the case, then technically the OnePlus 12 is still better than the new OnePlus 15, right? I mean, I don't have the phones here, software updates for these developers to again fine-tune the app, the sensors, all that stuff. Maybe the one, I don't know, right? I don't know, but all I can say is, without a doubt, the OnePlus 12 took better photo and video than the OnePlus 13. And if the OnePlus 13 here is taking better photos and video, or at least photos, than the OnePlus 15, then the OnePlus 12 takes better photos than all of them. And that's 2 years old. Still a good device. Still a good device. So the colors on the OnePlus 15 in this night shot look washed out. Colors look more detailed in the OnePlus 13. So you can see, I think that's pretty noticeable right there, right? So let's get into the CPU. So apparently this thing gets pretty damn hot. I read a review and watched a couple reviews where the OnePlus 15 gets really hot. And I think that's why Red Magic on the 11 Pro that has the same CPU, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, they had to implement a real liquid cool system to keep this device under wraps, chilled down, right? Because when the CPU gets revved up and really hot, we saw this on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max a couple years ago, that CPU was so strong when it came out that it generated all this heat. And then you saw once it generated heat, once the heat got up there, the Apple developers sent out a couple updates that when it got really hot, when you got real revved up, they had to tone it back, right? They had to scale down the power to keep the heat down. I have a feeling you're going to see over these next month or two, maybe 3, I think you're going to see Qualcomm change up some of the code and then eventually push it to these manufacturers that have these devices like OnePlus and Red Magic. I think you're going to see them scale down just a bit. I think they wanted to get a big jump start right out of the gate and say, wow, look how powerful this CPU is. And yeah, it's powerful as hell. Like it's like technically the strongest mobile processor we have to date, I believe. But I think you're going to see them scale it back a bit because this OnePlus 15 got up to 127 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is so hot, you have to put the damn phone down. Like, now the now that was on the OnePlus 15. The Red Magic 11 Pro didn't really get that hot, right? I've seen some reviews where I say it gets a little warm, but nothing crazy. And I've seen reviews where people say the OnePlus 15 gets blazing hot. So, I think they'll adjust that as time goes on. But it's clear that the OnePlus 13 takes better photos than the OnePlus 15. So, and again, they could improve that over time. But we'll just have to wait and see. Now, what if you want to get one of these, right? Ooh, this is zoom. Check that out. At night. That's a hard photo. So you got two options. Well, I guess technically you have three options. So if you want to get one of these OnePlus 15s, you have three options. One, you can wait. You can wait until they get FCC certification and then post them up for sale. And I think you get a free watch, I believe, for US buyers. That's the deal. Now, it's going to cost, I think right out the gate, $899, so basically $900. OnePlus 15. I don't know if that's the 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, or if they're going to do like they did in the past, where only at launch they're going to sell the 16 gig, 512 gigs of storage. Either way, it's probably going to be $899 right out the gate. Now, you can wait for that. Again, could be a week, could be a month. Or if you want to get your hands on one right now, that's possible too. Now, there's two different ways to do that. You can go on a retailer's website, meaning GizTop and or eBay, and buy you one, right? Now, if you want to buy you one, there's two different options. There's the global version and there's the China version, right? Now, on the global version, you're gonna, if you snoop around and see what's for sale, you're gonna see a lot of these say global version from India. Now, don't be frightened. That's the same global version that they're going to release in the United States. It's just for sale in India. Now, there is a considerable price difference, however. On GizTop is only selling the China version. Let's go to GizTop. Only selling the China version. Now, you can get that for, are you ready? It's a pretty big price difference. And it's even got me thinking about grabbing one of these. This is the OnePlus 15 on GizTop. $599. Or you can, if you wanted to get one right now, you can jump on eBay. Now, eBay, the prices are higher. You can get a global version. Again, the GizTop only sells the China version. Now, let's go to eBay and I'll show you what you can get a global version for. And then I'll tell you, we'll go through the difference. So here's the OnePlus 15. Here's the cheapest one I found, global version on eBay. $935. That's the global version, $935. Or in this one, this has Oxygen OS. Or you can go for the $599. What the hell happened? And that has the hang on. There we go. That has Color OS. So I actually had both. I remember about 6 months ago. I had I had two OnePlus 13s. One global version and one Color OS of the OnePlus 13. The main difference that I saw, the China version is basically the same thing, except they have a few apps that are in Mandarin, and those handful of apps you cannot uninstall. Right? I think there's three of them, or two or three you cannot install. It comes with more. It comes with like 5 or 6 Chinese apps. You can install, most of them. But there's like, I think 2, maybe 3 that you cannot uninstall. Now, you can force close it and the operating system will freeze it once you don't use it. But it's basically the same. And I believe Android, what is it? Android Auto, I think now works. And Android Pay, I believe, now works. Or there's a workaround. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to look into if this new OnePlus 15 enables Android Auto because I'm thinking about getting this Color OS version. I'm thinking about getting one for $599. Can't beat it. It's like 40% cheaper than buying one on eBay. Why not? So And I believe they come and maybe they ship from the UK, and I think they get to you within a week. In fact, let's do this. Let's add it to the cart and see. Let's go. The titanium is $649. The black one's $599. Let's add it to the cart. And let's see. Damn it. I don't want to sign in. Whatever. It takes about a week to get here. I've looked into ordering one. So those are your options. Let's do the giveaway. Yes. Good question. Yes, you can. So here's what you do. If you see the, and I'll link this in the description box when we're going to do the giveaway in just a second. Let me answer this question. Look at these bands right here. So if you're using T-Mobile, Google T-Mobile, 5G bands or or if you're using Verizon or Visible or Cricket, whatever carrier you're using, just Google Cricket 5G bands, and it'll pop up, generate a list of bands that Cricket uses, right? And what you do is come over here on this OnePlus 15, and simply make sure, some of these bands are used by your carrier. Because so I use T-Mobile, so I know 41 is T-Mobile. I know what other is used. I think 5 or 7. I think 5 or 7 is used. I think 5 is used for T-Mobile. 41 is used for T-Mobile, and I think 77. Something like that for T-Mobile. So I know, because when I had the Color OS OnePlus 13, I didn't have any issues with my T-Mobile SIM in the OnePlus 13, the Color OS, the China version. It was like a normal OnePlus 13. Like, I didn't see any difference whatsoever. All right, so just do a little bit of homework before you do choose, if you are considering, and just make sure. Now, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have all your bands match, right? All you need is technically one, but the more the better, right? I think 3 of mine matched up, and I couldn't tell the difference, right? I mean, it was very fast and very signal strong, so I couldn't even tell the difference. So yeah, it'll work here. It definitely will. Use T-Mobile as well? Okay, yeah, you won't have a problem. Not at all. Do they still get software updates on the OnePlus Global or China versions? Yes. Yes, they do. In fact, the Chinese OnePlus 13 that I had with Color OS actually got a software update within 2 days of the Oxygen OS one, the global version. So yes, even if you're using it in the United States, even if you're using it on a US carrier, it still will get updates. Yes, you certainly will. Yeah, so why don't we do that? Everybody put hashtag mouse in the chat, and we'll get this rolling. Because I got, what time is it? Oh yeah, I gotta go. It's about that time. Yes, Red Magic has liquid cooling. So everybody put hashtag mouse in the chat. Now we'll see how this works, because I don't know. First time doing the giveaway on the vertical and horizontal, but let's give it a try. There's only one way to find out. So let's do this. Let me remove that. Let me put up this banner. Let me edit it. Hashtag MOUSE. Okay. Show. Everybody put hashtag mouse in the chat, and I'll set this up. Let's see. StreamYard giveaway. Where is it? Okay. Hopefully that'll work. It gives me one option. Let me share this. There's a giveaway tool, and see, it only, even though I'm broadcasting in vertical and horizontal, it's still giving me one stream. So hopefully if you're watching on the vertical and on horizontal, put hashtag mouse in the chat. Hopefully everybody that enters will be able to, but let's find out. I'll give everybody the giveaway is a gaming mouse. Let me grab it. It's pink. I know. I didn't choose this, so I'm giving it away. It's wired or wireless. You can sell it. I don't care. You can keep it. I don't care. And it's this brand. So hashtag mouse, and let's do this. I gotta run. Y'all ready? Oh shit. All right. Justified Misogyny 3635. Congratulations to you. And you were just asking, what's the giveaway? Well, congratulations. Email me, esimstudios@gmail. esimstudios@gmail.com. I'll give you the on back end. I'll ship it to you for free. I'll get your address. And if you're watching this, you did not win. Subscribe, stay tuned, because I have more stuff to give away. So I got to run on that. I appreciate the time, and see y'all tomorrow. Peace.